What's up guys, I'm Keropok from Taste of Asian Food. Today I'm going to make a popular Chinese snack that is prawn crackers. It is something that everyone likes. It is crispy, it is cracky, it is addictive, and it is easier to make than I expected. It only involves a few ingredients, and make sure you have a good quality mandolin on hand to slice it thinly, and the rest pretty straightforward. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the Chinese style prawn crackers from scratch. Keep watching. Okay, first thing first, it is best to use fresh prawns to make the crackers. Remove the head and the shell if you are using the large prawns, and if you use the small one, you can have a choice to leave the shell and the tail on. Place the prawn meat into a food processor or a blender. Blend the prawn meat with some water, preferably cold water, to form a smooth prawn paste. That's how the prawn paste looks like. Place the tapioca starch in a large mixing bowl, and then season with some sugar, some oil, salt, and some ground white pepper. Give it a good mix. And then add the prawn paste that we have prepared. Then mix the prawn paste with the starch. The amount of water in the recipe is only a rough guide. You may need to add a little more water if the dough is too stiff to knead. On the other hand, you may need more tapioca starch if it is too sticky to handle. Continue mixing all the ingredients until it is all incorporated thoroughly to form a stiff dough. Next, get a cake pan or bread tin and then put some oil on it, because we're gonna put the dough into it and make sure that the dough is not gonna stick onto it. Roll the thick dough into a log about the size of the container. Then place the dough in it, and it's time for us to steam it. Make sure the size should be able to fit into the container, and it is not too big so that it is able to use the mandolin to slice it later. Steam for about 15 minutes over medium heat. It is harmless to steam a little longer to ensure that it is fully cooked. This is because if the dough is not fully cooked, the cracker will not expand fully during deep frying. Remove it from heat and let it cool until it is back to room temperature before you take it out from the mold. Now put it in a Ziploc bag, or you can use a cling wrap to wrap it if you want, and then leave it in the refrigerator at least overnight or longer. The dough will become harder after refrigerated, which means it is much easier to slice into thin pieces. The next morning, I take out the dough from the refrigerator and cut it into thin slices. You can either use a sharp knife, or in my case, I use the Bandrina mandolin that is made in Japan. And I find that it is much easier to cut it into thin slices of equal thickness. I would highly recommend getting this kind of Japanese mandolin. Not really want to endorse it, but I find that it is a very good tool to expedite your work in the kitchen. The thickness of the prawn cracker should be very thin, but it's not just too thin until it is fully translucent. I would suggest you can cut it to about 2 millimeters. Place the prawn chips under the sun, single layer, and sun dry until it is thoroughly dry, which may take about half a day or longer. When the prawn chips are dry, the edge will curl up and it becomes a little brittle. Heat some peanut oil in the wok until it is about 180 degrees Celsius or 355 degrees Fahrenheit. It's best if you use a kitchen thermometer. If not, you can check the temperature by placing a pair of wooden chopsticks into the oil. The temperature is suitable for deep frying when there's a stream of bubbles constantly rising around the chopsticks. Place the uncooked prawn crackers into the hot oil, and the crackers will expand to several times of its original size within a few seconds. Once it's done, fish out the prawn crackers with a pair of chopsticks or a spider ladle. And your super crispy prawn cracker is ready. That's how to make the Chinese style prawn crackers, and I hope you like it. If you want to get a recipe, I've included it in the description below the video. And please subscribe, tap the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you again in some other similar video soon. Bye for now.